Etihad business class, the underdog, the one that people like but will always be beaten out by Emirates and Qatar Airways. I've heard the phrase been said, I only fly Emirates or I only fly Qatar Airways, but never have I ever seen anyone have the same loyalty towards Etihad. Why is that? Let's find out. Welcome back to the In-Flight Travel Channel. Today we're flying on Etihad's 787-10 Dreamliners from Abu Dhabi to Hyderabad. This was a flight that I was quite excited about as I had just completed the Emirates A380 flight and it was literally the next day that I was taking this flight. Check-in starts at the newish Abu Dhabi airport. There is a separate entrance for business and first class passengers. What I found interesting was that there were people waiting outside in the business class check-in area to help you with your bags. This was a nice touch, especially if you have heavier bags. I appreciated the service, but just decided to take the bags myself. There is a massive check-in area for business class passengers with a few seats on the side to take a seat. I suspect these don't get used a lot since there was basically no line when I arrived at the airport. What I really liked is that Etihad entirely separate you from economy passengers. Most airlines provide you with a fast track for immigration and security, but Etihad had created an entirely separate area for both of those things. This was basically empty and I was through in less than 5 minutes. This Abu Dhabi airport opened a little bit more than a year ago and is such a step above the old airport. The old airport looked like it was in desperate need of renovation and I'm glad they renovated it. Christmas was the theme of the airport at this time since I was traveling right before Christmas, but the airport was quite literally a shopping mall that just happened to have a few gates. What I think was kind of poorly designed is the business class lounge. It was quite a trek from security. This was not helped by the fact that my gate was in the complete opposite direction. Welcome to Etihad's business class lounge. This lounge is massive with so many places I'm not sure where to even start. This lounge spans 2 whole floors. We're going to start at the top and make our way down. On the top floor is where the food was. Unfortunately at this time the lounge was quite busy, which made it quite difficult to get shots. But I was quite disappointed with the food options. For such a big lounge and an airline that wants to compete with the big players, the food was quite limited. They just had 4 to 5 hot items as opposed to Emirates' lounge, which have dedicated stations for different cuisines. The bar was quite impressive and looked a lot more appealing than the food area. Making our way to the first floor of this lounge is where you'll find the seating areas. This place was massive with lots of places to sit. This was certainly a lot quieter than the food section. There was a small snack bar where you can pick up some small stuff in case you wanted it. This lounge also had a smoking room and a games room. This was quite an impressive lounge with only the food holding it back to compete with the likes of Qatar and Emirates. I still had some time before we board, so decided to sit down at the lounge and get some work done. We were boarding soon and I was told that my gate is a 15-minute walk away, so I decided to leave a bit early. A cool feature of this airport is US pre-clearance. This means if you have a flight departing from Abu Dhabi airport, you can go through customs in Abu Dhabi, thus landing as a domestic flight in the USA. Our flight today departs from gate C35 and is this amazing 787 Dreamliner in the Etihad Greenliner livery. This is the only 787-10 Dreamliner with this amazing livery. I was initially supposed to be on a 787-9, but got equipment swap last minute to a -10. This meant I did lose the window seat that I had booked initially, but well, you can't win everything. Let's take a closer look at this 787-10. This 5-year-old aircraft registered as Alpha 6 Bravo Mike Hotel is equipped with 32 business class seats and 304 economy class seats. Business class is in a 1-to-1 layout, while economy is in a 3-3-3 layout. These aren't the latest that Etihad has to offer, as the A350 with the Business Studio is their best product with the closing door. Etihad have also started refurbishing some of their 787s to have a similar product to the A350, which is nice to see. Welcome to Etihad Business Class 787-10. These seats are impressive considering what I had just flown on Emirates' A380 business class the day prior. I love the brown colors used throughout the cabin as it gave a cozy and homey feel. As I sat down, the purser came and offered me a welcome drink, which I agreed to. I think this was Etihad's take on lemon mint. This was quite good. Let's explore this cabin a little further. There are 2 USB-A ports, no USB-C unfortunately. IFE remote, seat controls, room for storage and a water bottle. Safety card and a magazine. Quite a comfortable pillow, especially for a short flight. The Etihad blanket, which is probably the best in-flight blanket I've ever experienced. There are no overhead AC vents, which is quite disappointing. Unfortunately, I have no footage of takeoff or landing just because of the angle and the seat I was in, so I guess we just move on. The bathroom on the 787 is fair, but nothing extraordinary. This flight wasn't stocked with too many amenities, but I suspect that's just because of the short duration of this flight. Other than that, there's nothing exciting to report back about this bathroom. Before meal service starts, let's take a look at the IFE system. The IFE system was quite impressive and had quite a few movies and TV shows to watch. This was nowhere at the level ICE is on Emirates, but still had a good selection to keep you busy, especially on longer flights. There is a map and you can configure the different views, but it's not interactive and movable like the latest systems are. Overall, the system is good and better than most airlines, but is not quite at the level that Emirates has. Food was soon to arrive with the starters being placed first. This was the Reshmi Murg Sheikh Kebab. This was served with the side of breads and butter. This is okay, but the kebab did feel like it was missing a lot of seasoning. This was served with the iced cappuccino, which hit the spot just right. For the main, I was served the herb roast chicken breast. This really brought it back from the mediocre starter. Luckily, the chicken wasn't too dry and the mascarpone gave the chicken some great flavor. For dessert, I was served up some ice cream. Vanilla was the only option I had, so I took what I could get. At least this wasn't rock hard like I've experienced on other flights. Soon enough, it was time for a short nap before we landed into Hyderabad. I put the bed in full flat mode and this made it quite a comfortable bed. We do get a mattress pad on longer flights, but since this was a shorter flight, we did not receive one. This made for quite a comfortable bed to sleep on and is considerably wider than the one on Emirates' flagship product. The legroom provided in the footwell also made it for a comfortable bed. Anyways, I will catch you guys after a short nap. Good afternoon. After an hour-long nap, I was woken up by the cabin crew to let me know that we were soon approaching our descent into Hyderabad. So what are my final thoughts on Etihad? I think they have a very strong hard product. If I was impressed by the seat on the 787, I'm not sure how much better it can get on the A350. The cabin crew on this flight were good, but nothing exceptional like my Emirates flight. They were kind and had a smile on their faces, but their services did feel a little bit robotic and lacked refinement. I would highly recommend Etihad to anyone that is planning to fly them, but I can see why they're just that step down from Emirates or Qatar Airways. Although I've not experienced the new A350s, if Etihad 787s are already better than Emirates' flagship product, then that gives me a lot of hope for Etihad's future. I think with a little bit of refinement to the overall soft product of this flight, it would make an incredible experience. That is pretty much going to be it for this video. I know it was a shorter one than normal, but I hope you did enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please subscribe and hit the like button. I will catch you in the next video.